So that's just one of many examples that I think is going to be a really successful way for us to rally around the small businesses, rally around the entrepreneurs that don't have all the resources and need to be scrappy and agile and be able to jump on something that's growing quickly without the fear of a big business swooping in and taking all of their hard work. Hey everybody, Eric from Engramic.org, and this is my very first video on my brand new company that I started last week. And the background of what I'm building is about AI, and it's very technical, and I can't wait to dive into that. But I want to use this video today to tell you a little bit more about why I'm doing this. So I've worked in a lot of different spaces. I've worked in private equity. I was a teacher where I taught video game optimization. I've worked for and done simulations, and all of this work uh, builds to where I am today. But in all of those cases and in the best companies that I've been a part of, it was really about the community that I was a part of. And that's what's inspiring me to do this. I want to build a community. I want to build a company around community that gives back to people, that wants to help make beginners stronger in the way that some of the more experienced people came to me when I was younger and helped me get my momentum in my career. So I think open source is a great way to do that. So that's why I'm starting this project with open source. I want to get you involved. So an example of how I'm setting the tone for the community is through the licensing. It's essentially MIT for everyone with fewer than 250 employees. And while I get that that's not truly open source, I do think it creates some benefits for the smaller folks and small businesses. One, you're not going to have to compete with them head on, like you might with other open source projects where the big businesses that have unlimited resources can take the MIT work that everyone works so hard on and repackage it and host it as a service and basically keep everyone else out. So we're going to be able to protect against that. Secondly, there will be some project license that I'll be able to give to the commercial entities who are interested in it. And while that can be limited in scope, we can use the revenue that we generate from that to go back into the community and to make the product better for the companies that are smaller than 250. So that's just one of many examples that I think is going to be a really successful way for us to rally around the small businesses, rally around the entrepreneurs that don't have all the resources and need to be scrappy and agile and to be able to jump on something that's growing quickly without the fear of a big business swooping in and taking all of their hard work. I started as a programmer. I was really interested in video game development and specifically video game technology. And I worked as a game engine programmer for many years, spent a lot of time in Visual Studio, and I worked on simulations for NASA. I worked on video games for Disney. I worked on a really popular welding simulator. I worked on a ton of great projects, which is how I got involved with this community based product that was a game engine that really was one of my first entrants into the world of building products. And it was great. It was wonderful, and that introduced me to a group that ended up buying the division that I worked for, and that's how I got introduced into private equity, which exposed me to all kinds of businesses and all types of sectors. We did work in everything from 3D printing into healthcare and a lot of range of spaces that, frankly, I wouldn't have any other way to be exposed to them than through that industry. And while I do have a deeply technical background and I also have a pretty good business experience, I've been around open source for years. I've used open source, but I've never run an open source project before. So this is going to be a little bit new to me. So I'm in the process now of setting up everything, and I've got great setup for unit tests. I think I've got a good setup for being able to have plugins in the open source system. And frankly, I've been working in Python for only 2 years now. I used to hate Python, but now with all of the support that you get from LLMs, it really speeds up how quickly I can learn Python. And now I actually really love it. So um, I can't wait to get you involved because I am a little rusty when it comes to running open source projects. And so hopefully you all have a lot of experience and can help guide me there. And in return, I'm going to be able to share all kinds of things about M&A and buying companies. And if you know what makes a company sellable, that really teaches you a lot about what you need to build for your company. So I hope we can share. And I look forward to sharing my experience and I look forward to your corrections and adjustments when maybe I do something that's not orthodox within the open source community. But I want to learn and I'm open. So please feel free to reach out to me, and we will be talking through the community, and we'll make each other better. Well, that's it for now. I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of people watching this video, but you got to start somewhere. And if for anything, I'll be able to look back at this and think about the early days when I was just getting started in this company that I hope will be a really big success. So thanks for your time, or if you're watching this in the future, thanks for coming back and checking out how things got started. And but I'm busy and I got to get back to work.